when I'm kill 'em all, boy. Get way. Get way. Get when I'm kill 'em all, boy.
Is there any more perfect way than for me to come back, for me to be back out here in these streets, than to make the classic mistake, the ultimate classic mistake of simply not turning on the mic? Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. What can I say? What can I say? What's up, y'all? What's happening? We are back. We have returned. It's been several months now, I think, right? Since we've been out here in the cut, but we have returned now to bring you some Dota. The Dota nobody else is bringing you. Because, you know, of course, when I'm at TI, I'm not going to be allowed to bring that Dota here. So, yeah, we're warming up for that event. Feels actually very weird to say that, but let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's pretend TI doesn't exist and just focus on the D2CL, where we have Monaspa versus Young Bold, which is sort of an interesting scenario, right? Because there were 4 invited teams to the tournament. Both Monaspa and Team Empire, unlike Cybercat and Luna Gaming, they both fell to the lower bracket. Team Empire already eliminated. So I'm just kind of wondering right now if it's like a situation where the invited teams are just not as good or just should have just had to go through the group stages, or if the Team Empire situation was a fluke and the Monaspa's invite was a fluke. Let's see what happens. There's some players that I know on this team. For Young Bold, I literally have no idea who any of them are. But we're going to be finding out together here in this elimination game in the D2CL. Let's go. Monaspa on the Radiant side, Young Bold on the Dire. Undying, no surprises to see that he's going to be the first pick hero. Beastmaster Earthshaker as a response, not too many surprises either. Whenever you're playing into this Earthshaker, you want some region control, so Earthshaker fits that bill perfectly. Vision control is also great, given that Undying gives you that vision as well with the Tombstone. But the Bristleback early too, that's the one that I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this one. I'm not sure. It's like, I can understand Bristleback maybe deeper into the draft once you've got a battery for this hero maybe, or just some kind of additional sustain. But some of the best sustain has been banned out already. The Warlock IO is what normally comes to mind when I think about this Bristleback hero first two. There was an era maybe like 4 or 5 months ago where first two, especially not specifically in China. In China, Warlock was always like a good hero, but the Warlock Bristle combo, it was LGD and one other team that I think were really notorious for this, especially LGD. They would first pick Warlock every single game, and then they'd sometimes pair with Bristleback, and it just became insane. Snapfire comes out though for Monaspa here in the secondary phase. After they ban out so many sustain heroes, they also took out some team fight in the form of Enigma. Literally just sustain heroes banned, except Enigma. No Chen, Io, Warlock, Death Prophet. Jeez. Young Bold clearly looking to themselves to be like, you know what, let us deal in some regard with some minus armor, as well as some breaks. Just ways to disable this Bristleback. Alright, so there's the pseudo battery. The combination is going to be Crystal Maiden Undying. Crystal Maiden providing some arcane aura support will make sure that Undying has enough mana generally to be able to get off the soul rips reliably onto the Bristleback. Bristleback wants to be like in the midst of the action, drawing attention to himself. He knows he's playing into a Beastmaster army.
5 seconds
So you're in that army, throwing out cool sprays everywhere, you get soul ripped. You don't want to have to worry about running out of soul rips in that situation. Crystal Maiden helps Undying keep Bristleback alive and Bristleback deal more damage overall in the team fight. Okay, I see this. I see this. Jireen, bam. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Please do me a favor. Record your session. I really want to see this because I'm so proud of you, fam. I'm so proud of you. I didn't have time to respond at the time to your message, but I'm really proud of you, G. Like, congratulations, congratulations. And what's up, man? How you doing? How's your day going?
10 seconds remaining.
Young Bold get one of the few other sustaining heroes left in the game right now with this Dawnbreaker. Jeez, they are just going all in on this Bristleback cannot die bucket. And it's interesting, right? Because the damage types from Monaspa, they have like big burst with Earthshaker potentially. Potentially, it's not always the case. Some nice globules of damage. I was about to say, but they don't have any way to ensure that nothing is happening around the Bristleback to save him from that damage. Now they do. Drop the Chrono on this guy, throw in all the Morty's Kisses. Afterwards, you come in with the Earthshaker Echo Slam. Maybe you need the Roar, but this could work. This could work. This could work.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm not that much of a fan of how this way is going to feel in the early game. Feels like there's going to be a distinct lack of damage. All the damage is coming from the heroes around him until much later in the game. But if they can get to that much later in the game portion, I don't know, because some of these heroes in Young Bull scale kind of interestingly. Dawnbreaker in particular, I'm thinking about like, this hero's no joke. No joke whatsoever.
10 seconds remaining.
Also, if this Undying ever gets to like a refresh portion of this game,
5 seconds remaining.
suddenly he's out here just like dropping double tombstone around you in the chrono, and like your team can't really approach where the tombstone is past the chronosphere, but it's still spawning zombies, and it's like, do I spend time in the bubble trying to get to the yeah. So I'm not sure if they want to actually go late game here, even though they have some interesting buff ups with the Beastmaster in a Beast Aura, as well as the damage from Snap, Earthshaker with the enchant totems. After it gets the Aghanim Scepter, we'll be able to ensure that Faceless Void still has lockdown on the Bristleback past the Chronosphere happening, but it's still a gamble at that stage of the game. D-Tricky. Oh, Jireen, listen. I have missed. I actually wanted to do predictions earlier, and in my mind I was like, God, I actually missed Jireen. Please, fam, please bless me. Please bless me, especially considering that neither of us know anything pretty much about these teams. It's just gonna be fun. D-Tricky, thank you so much. To be honest, I wasn't actually expecting it because I tried to get in for the qualifiers and it didn't work out for me, but
5 seconds remaining.
here we are.
Radiant team ban.
Alright, so let's see where we're going though. Monaspa take out Puck in the third phase of banning here. Young Bold have removed the Zeus Tinker, so it's pretty much going to be a mid v mid matchup for the 23-24 at the end of this draft. Let's see. Where are we going at the end? I would like to see some kind of tempo setter from the side of Monaspa. For Young Bold, Death Prophet would have been so nice. I think Invoker would have been interesting as well. They just need some kind of hero that's going to activate quickly and just move with the rest of the squad. Doesn't just be... Maybe more of a damage soaker. They still lack like tower damage. Maybe some DK middle or something like that. Some way to actually aggress onto towers without having to win a fight first. Venomancer. Yeah. I don't like this at all. It does frustrate the Faceless Waits lane quite a lot because no matter you can time walk away the initial instance of damage, but the time walk doesn't dispel the ticks of the Venomancer's damage in general, either the Gale or the Poison's thing. So it has always been a very good matchup in the laning phase at the very least, and it's somewhat problematic sometimes for the Faceless Void to stay in the Chronosphere if you can't get the Chrono off before the Poison Nova comes out. Then you have to be like very careful with your movement within the bubble. But I don't know, man. On the bright side, it does have Crystal Maiden to buff it up. It seems like what they're gonna be playing this Venomancer Undying lane, which does seem kind of nuts. Jeez, that seems scary. Okay, fine. From that respect, that does seem kind of terrifying. But Monaspa go back for the Wish OD. He used to play this when he was back on Brame still. This was one of his comfort picks every now and then. So, okay. OD. Jireen has blessed us, y'all. We have been blessed by the prediction god himself. Look at these titles right here. Look at this. Where else in the world are you going to find somebody dropping this kind of heat just casually? What a G. OG Jireen is out here. I have no doubt soon we'll be talking about Dr. Jireen. What an OG. But make your predictions, y'all. Put some channel points on the line. Let me know which draft you think is better between the two. Personally, I'll be honest, I don't like either of these lost picks, but I just don't like these heroes. I'm super biased against both of them. In terms of how they fit into their draft, so with Monaspa, there is a lot more elongation of these team fights. Ways to be able to deal with the Venomancer, Crystal Maiden, and Dawnbreaker or Bristleback. Just remove them from the fight and try to get away or kill another hero in the process. They have lots of burst now with this OD as well. And they have like what? 3 strength heroes, an Agi offlaner, as well as this Crystal Maiden. So this OD ultimate will do quite a lot of damage in this situation. I don't know. I just can't help but feel like I just really don't like OD. And I have this feeling that Young Bold have gone all in for this Bristleback draw for a reason. All right, let's back them. They've all in on Bristleback. Let's see how it goes. Game numero uno, Elimination Dota here in season 15 of the D2CL. Let's go. And also, let's quickly change this off. There we go.
I hate life.
Also, I want to spend more time like working on my camera control because the day will come where we're doing production as well. Let me know what y'all think. Who you think's gonna win this game? I, like I said, have faith very much in Young Bold, but it does depend on the performance that comes out of this Bristleback. It's gonna be instrumental to their team overall. Cannot make many mistakes in the situation. Interesting clustering of movement here in this mid lane coming in from the side of Monaspa. Looks like they're uncertain about which rune they really want to contest. And decision's been made. They're going to try go for the right side. Observe what planted out as well. I love this. Nana just running around, just dropping sprays like whatever. It's cool. Are they not going to contest for this? Okay. So they might actually lose out 3-1. Oh, wow. Okay. That's not good. To be fair, fighting into these heroes level 1 is kind of problematic. So I can fully understand. My god, this lane terrifies me. Terrifies me. Oh, also, I forgot to do something. Sorry, sound is gonna go off for a second. Sweet. This bottom lane just does feel like it's gonna be just awful in general. Game is gonna be super hard. Venom Monster Undying, man. Just harass, unharass the entire time through. Faceless Void should be able to like stay alive, shouldn't die in general, but these first 2 levels we're gonna have to try and make something happen, because the more these heroes get up in the levels, once you have the 1-1-1 on the Undying, and especially at second points into the Sting and the Gale, whew, life is fun. How's this mid lane gonna be looking? OG, they actually put this Dawnbreaker in the mid lane. See, I told y'all I don't know anything about these teams. So they have opted for mid-dawn here in this situation. I guess it's okay, right? Like Undying, or the OG rather, can't really kill you here. I thought they were gonna put the Venom onto mid at some point, but now that we think about it, this is the only real option they had. Yeah, it's fine. As long as you have a solitary point into a Celestial Hammer, you should be absolutely fine in this lane. Although you should expect to be outlaned, he's gonna outfarm you by quite some margin, I think, but you'll be okay. No action really on that side of the map. Top. We see old 11. I wish! But we'll be casting him at TI, don't worry. 11's out here doing his thing. Just getting CS. Trading with the Bristleback. He's relying on the CM battery. What can you do? Feels like it's just going to be a somewhat slow start to this early portion of the game. Everyone's just farming up. Whenever there's elimination Dota, people tend to play like this, right? Though there might be a little bit of action happening bottom as the Faceless Void forced a time walk away. He's fine though, he's cool. But we are getting to that danger point, the danger margin, where these heroes start to become very problematic.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Still though, largely a very slow, solid start. Oh, top lane though, might have a death onto this Crystal Maiden. Axes will follow her, the enchant totem comes a little bit too late. And there's no opportunity for the turnaround play just yet. So Bristol just goes back to farming. He's chilling. Enjoying life. Having fun. How far is he from Vanguard? I just need the booster. Pretty much there. Gone are the days. Remember when there used to be that period of time? Oh, I was about to say, top they finally do get the kill on the Crystal Maiden. Was that Axis that brought it down? Yep. Caught just on the edge with level 2 Wild Axis. Probably the second instance as well. They actually might find the Bristleback inside the trees. They get the vision of him with the Hawk. And he should die here. There's no mana though. They have already utilized the Mango, so they need to get out of dodge. Here is Rain, back in the situation. Has access to some spells, but realizes the Earthshaker realizes that he can't get the kill, so they'll let each other leave. The attempt on the Bristleback's life ultimately unsuccessful. What can you do? Just gonna keep farming, doing his thing. Did he miss that Gale? Oh, he did. I must say, this lane bottom has been much less effective than I thought it would be. This Undying hero nowadays super flexible, dude. I've seen him played as 4, as 5, as 3, as 1. Just haven't seen mid Undying, but I've seen it in pretty much every other role. Speaking of Undying, probably going to end up not living up to his name down bottom as he gets bashed up, but Nanda has committed the jump forward. We'll just try to TP out to safety. Zeneca might be able to find some revenge onto Spartan, and that should certainly have... Oh, he's not going to chase? Oh my god. I know he had a Fairy Fire and 2 stick charges, but
Dire's
level 2
structures are
Poison Sting?
fortified.
Alright, aware. He's moving dangerously though. Here comes the TP. Speedy. Coming in. He sees Spartan. Should be able to bring him down with the decay. In the meantime though, on the other side of the map, we did have this Bristleback losing his life as 11. How did that happen? That's what I'm really wondering. Bristleback shouldn't really be dying in this situation.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The only lane that has been pretty much going according to plan, isn't it? Wish versus Volshebnik. Is that the right pronunciation?
Dire's middle tower
Volshebnik?
is under
Volshebnik?
attack.
I don't know. Either way, OD is winning. Whatever. We see this coming. Might actually end up killing the Dawnbreaker though. If this Earthshaker wants to have a bit extra commitment with the Fissure. Just want to guard the rune for now. Ensure the Dawnbreaker doesn't get
This'll
it.
come in handy.
And she realizes the futility of trying to challenge the Earthshaker. But Wish doesn't want it. He's like, dude, I don't have my bottle right now. I'm not really planning to spam spells on this hero. She has bottle, I don't. Just take it,
Dire's
just go.
courier
Whatever.
has been killed.
That's actually a huge kill. That's the Bristleback's Vanguard. That's a big deal. So another little while where 11 is going to be able to exert a bit more pressure than you would be able to do otherwise. Quite nice, quite nice. And they're still setting up middle for this kill. They really want this Dawnbreaker. And she is
Dire's
going to
middle
end
tower
up...
is under
I
attack.
don't think she dies yet though. They have the Sanity's Eclipse, but I'm not sure they have the damage. And here come the Power Rangers TPs. They're bringing in the whole crew to try and keep her alive. She does end up losing her life. Tombstone does get dropped. Spartan will end up going down for this one. But the beautiful fissure from Desire will ensure that they have the escape option. Desire does come back a little bit too close to the sun though. So will end up dying as well. Granting a double kill towards the Undying. So the Dawnbreaker does die. I thought she was going to try and go for the ultimate after she gets out of the Sanities, but she draws the spells towards herself. Wish commits all of his. Ultimately, good trade for the side here of Young Bold. Undying is one of these heroes that if you give him experience and early farm can make a huge difference down the line for your team. And Nande, hey, Nande, hey. Go home, bro. If they see you, he's actually dead.
Dire's middle
They've got the
tower is
level
under
2
attack.
decay available as well as the Venomous Gale. Dude, mate! Oh my god. He's so lucky that the Undying went back. Because then they 100% chase him to death. Or force him to commit the Chrono TP out. Living life on the edge, fam. What a G. I imagine he's ferrying out some regen though, right? Yeah.
Double damage.
Mid lane though. You see that the set Undying
Dire's
might
middle
get caught
tower
out
is
here.
under
Spartan
attack.
did pick up a DD rune. Unable to commit the full chase though. As Undying able to just circle around back into this mid lane. Very, very slow game here. But it looks like the side here of Monaspa want to try and put some pressure onto this here on town. This mid lane. Bringing in the Earthshaker. Using this DD rune. They've already used a little shredder on it. So not many opportunities for further damage. And here comes Rain coming in on the other flank of the fight. Looking for the Frostbite onto somebody. They got the Banish out onto this Dawnbreaker. But looks like the sacrifice will be Earthshaker. Feels bad, fam. Starbreaker into some right clicks from our mid Dawnbreaker and you're dead. Thank you for contributing to the Deso Fund. Lovely job.
Death tax.
Bountiful.
Bottom, of course, needs to start
Dire's
being
top tower
vacated
is
by
under
Nande.
attack.
Can't necessarily stand up to these two heroes anymore at the levels that they've
Radiant's
reached.
bottom tower is under attack.
So as he backs off, Zeneca will put out the full pressure onto the tier 1 tower. Backup is incoming though. Spartan will return down bottom, but with the tower already at half HP, the Void even at less, they actually might just turn immediately onto the Snapfire. And Nande knows that he has a Time Walk available and a Magic Wand charges. Pops the wand first, just to keep his options open. But my god, dude. This is just so hard to
Radiant's
fight.
bottom tower is under attack.
Zeneca owns this bottom lane. This is when a Venomancer game is going very, very well. Hey, nice. Gets a young bracelet there. About to finish off the Spirit Vessel as well. At that point, it does feel like Young Bolt will be able to make some moves off the map from this off-lane position. We'll see Speedy potentially dying here in the jungle. Already committed his magic stick. Do they have this? Yeah, they should have it. They should have it. Surely? They do, but will there be any sacrifices on the other side? As Volchepnik comes in, Spartan will end up going down as well as Zeneca makes the rotation in from the bottom lane. Volchepnik didn't want to commit the earlier. Oh, they almost canceled the TP, but even better, they get the Frostbite onto the Faceless Void, preventing the jump away. It was only level 1 anyway, so it's still on cooldown. And then Volchepnik, where does he go? Top lane. Try and assist here. OD just escaped the fight on the other side of the map and will be prevented from engaging a fight by his mid counterpart. Great plays by Volchepnik. But Monaspa smoke up immediately. They want to try and curtail some of this aggression. Make sure that they hit their timing before this Dawnbreaker does. They know that this Deso would be hugely problematic. But they also know that the early Aghanims coming out of this BB could hurt them as well. So killing him would help a lot. Only had to possess Mask for himself. Gets caught out. There's several Radiant heroes around him. He should end up dying here. They don't have enough mana for the Primal Roar and it's still on cooldown anyway. Will get stunned up, but he's still quite difficult to kill. Finally caught though inside the fissure. And that's gonna do it with Wish committing the Astral.
Radiant structures are fortified.
4 heroes are required, but sometimes that's what you need to do. At the same time though, they might actually commit onto middle on the side of the Young Bold squad. It's a Faceless Void though, so a very unattractive target when he's not low on HP already.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So they trade bottom for top, but consider the commitment value. 4 heroes needed in the top lane to try and deal with this.
Dire's top
For the side here of Monaspa, erstwhile Young Bold just committed the 1 down bottom, and they still get the kill middle. Oh wow! Did he time walk early or something? What happened? Oh my god!
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
I knew that they might want to make a move top, realizing there's so many heroes there, but I didn't think the Faceless Void would be in such a vulnerable position to end up dying like that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That would be so funny. All the 11s. 11. Why is such a popular number? Top lane, Wish and Spartan trying to make some kind of rotation happen with themselves. They have smoked up here. Volchepnik might be the target, and indeed, that is what's going to end up happening. Banished, and the chain stun should be there. Do they have the damage with the Sanities and the Morty's Kisses? Yes, they do. But they might end up losing their lives here. Speedy shows up, but Tombstone will be very swiftly destroyed. And with this banish, they set themselves up for a kill onto the Undying. 1 more hit should do it. And Wish also gets back to safety. That is a very successful smoke gank. Speedy will just end up dying. Lol, Flagbearer creep too strong. But what can you do? As 11 building his way towards getting that helm of the Overlord, stopping off for the Vlads first. I'm so surprised that this mid tower is still available though. 14 minutes in, Zeneca is making his first rotation to this side of the map, and it might not go well. Then banished up right now, and this is certainly going to end up being a kill. Being surrounded, my god, dude. The hate for the Venom monster, boys, relax. Okay, Monaspa end up getting the full commitment out onto the Venom. He ends up falling, and they might test their targets and their eyes towards the Bristleback down bottom. With no protection from the Aegis, it's an odd place for the Bristleback to be, honestly. Yeah, he's dead. Why was he here? Dawnbreaker's coming, so it might have been a bit of bait, but oh, Dawnbreaker ult gets cancelled middle, so now they definitely will end up killing him. Big plays coming in by this Earthshaker with the long-range fissure, it seems, and indeed it is. Here we also find a Bristleback kill. 11 on a killing spree. So he was trying to dangle himself forward, but unfortunately the bristleback was too close to the sun, too close to the cancel.
Are fortified.
At the same time, it's kind of iffy, right? Because if Dawnbreaker isn't showing, then they can't make that move in the first place, because then they're like, well, Dawnbreaker's definitely going to show up. But then if she is showing, she's now susceptible to getting hit with the fissure.
Radiant's middle
Very
tower is
50-50
under
scenario,
attack.
but a 50-50 that benefits the side of Monaspa quite greatly. But it is still Young Bull trying to make this push in the mid lane. This is Monaspa.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures.
Tower should end up falling in this mid lane. Zeneca being like, my bad, y'all. I know I made y'all wait a little bit. But I'm out here, got this vessel, about to get the forced off as well. Great item versus the Earthshaker in general, who finds up getting the deny with the enchant totem. Very nicely done. We will have a little bit of a skirmish emerging here on the ramp. Spartan finds himself having to commit the little shredder to try to take out the tombstone. Will be able to do so with the help of this Beastmaster, and gets denied. What? 11, what a player.
Radiant's
Takes out the
top tower is
tombstone
under
and
attack.
gets a deny on the opponent, and they get the kill on the Undying. That's perfect.
Are scanning.
Oh, Golds, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Earthshaker is actually fine. They actually have, like, right now, no reach. That's the one drawback about the Young Bolt lineup. They don't have any easy ways to get forward. They have, I guess, Dawnbreaker out, but Dawnbreaker has to know exactly where she's going. And speaking of which, she has to go bottom to try and assist the Bristleback, but it's too late. He's already been brought down. They're looking for revenge, though, as Wish forcing himself into the Eternal Dimension to try and escape his fate. Won't be able to do so as he gets taken down. But it's only the 1-for-1 at this moment in time. They would like to get 11 as a bonus. But now they have all their reach committed, because they only really have the Solar Guardian at this point. They're nowhere near getting the Blink Dagger or anything for the Venom Monster. Forced off is nice, but going to be primarily a defensive forced off, I think, more than offensive. Kind of rough. I think ideal timing for them will come around Ags BKB for the Bristleback. I think forced off. Is this an Ags game for this hero? I'm not sure actually about this Venom Monster build. I'm actually not 100% sure if I'm honest. So let's leave Venom out of the picture, but certainly Axe BKB, well, an Alive Undying would help, but also Deso BKB for the Dawnbreaker. I think they get like their biggest spike at that point in the game, at least for the next like 20 minutes.
This'll come in handy.
I don't know if he wants Blink. I don't think BKB works either. I think after 4 stuff,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
it might be Axe, dude, just to get more damage out of this hero. This hero is sort of like Zeus in a way, where there are these games where it feels like he's just doing like an unreal amount of damage, even without the Axe. And there's games where you're just like, oh, even with Axe, whatever. Speedy. Gonna get caught in this mid lane by 11's army. Should end up losing his life here. And top lane though, there's an additional engagement happening as Desire, giving himself up as bait so the rest of his team can escape. Should end up dying for this one. Gonna take a little bit of time as he's being chased slowly but surely. 1 second on Blink, he's actually still alive. Silly Hammer is up in a second, but they don't know exactly where he's at. He's actually out. Desire, what a player, dude. What an actual player. What an actual god. What a player. He's actually out. Wow, I'm so impressed. Doesn't have a TP though, so gonna be forced to bring in the courier to shuttle him in some support the hard way. Where is this courier actually? Wherever his courier is at, it's gonna do the right thing, get him out of trouble. The one thing that's interesting about this game as well is that both teams don't really have the fastest Roche lineups. Sure, both of them have different ways of taking it. They can take it with like the minus armor and increased attack speed from Monaspa, or the minus armor and increased damage of the Dire lineup here of Young Bold, but it's a full court press to take this Roche. It's not like some of these lineups that have like TA or whatever, where she goes in solo, takes Roche, and just gets out. They do have to have most of the team around them, so the fact that they're not showing anywhere on the map, they've got some very good ward coverage down bottom from Young Bolt. This entire area is covered, so you don't see them there. You don't really see them making pushes anymore. You know Earthshaker left in the top lane. Where else could they be at this stage of the game? I wonder. And they realize this right now. On the side of Young Bolt, they're making their way over, but the Roche is almost dead. It's almost dead. It's going to die, and they're not killing time. Feels bad. My bad on saying that they don't have the best Roche lineup. I keep forgetting about Arcane freaking Orb working on Roche. Make it make sense. On the bright side, they did finish off the Aghanim Scepter for this Bristleback, so he's on the way. He's on the way. Almost there. Just needs BKB, and then suddenly he can play Dota again. Top lane, Dawnbreaker doesn't have BKB, so she can't play Dota right now. Might see the first chrono of this game, actually. Wow, not even needed. Holy smokes, that was a lot of damage. Woo! Woo. Damn. Didn't commit chrono or nothing, but now they're trying to start a fight in the jungle. Rain. You can't make that move happen without Linkins or BKB, my friend. Unfortunately, as long as there's a banish, it's kind of difficult. That's one thing that sucks about the CM in this game. She'll never be able to get off the ultimate. There's literally cancels from almost every single hero. There literally is pre-BKB, but even post-BKB, there's two heroes that can deal with it. And even with BKB, Linkins can get chronoed. It's rough. Juin, I actually don't know if it does.
Dire's bottom tower.
I would be lying if I said I knew. 11 now with his army. It's one of the strongest periods of the game on the side of Monaspa. And they have the full army on, the Beastmaster. BKB coming soon for this Faceless Void. BKB also coming soon for the OD, as well as this Aegis available. More importantly, they're about to get this Aghanim shot. And when they do, it is 100% a go time. And they're going to try to force things on the map.
Illusion.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
I struggle to be like, I don't know, man.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bottom tier 2 tower gets taken.
Dire's
Tier 1
bottom
top
tower is under
will
attack.
finally be
Dire's
removed from
bottom
play on the
tower
Young
has
Bolt side.
fallen.
This defense is going to be interesting though, because they have a lot of ways to try and hold this high ground forever. Most of them involve Venom Monster though, so I'm surprised that Venom is not the one TPing to the top lane. Instead, keeping pressure going into the Radiant Triangle. But looks like it was the right decision, as they are backing off from the side of Monaspa. But they're actually just going to make the full jump. Whoa, never mind. Venom should have been here. Venom comes in now though. They're going to try and get the quick revenge kill onto Wish, and Wish will wish he wasn't there in the first place. Will end up losing his Aegis. Raid ready with the freezing field, but they need to get the Sable first. Do they have a way to kill this OD? There's the freezing field. There's the damage coming out. Wish cannot reach Rain to disable him. So will simply end up falling before his face. That's an OD gone in the dirt. So everybody else has to flee. Nice little fissure coming in from Desire to block off the approach. So Young Bolt can't make more of this. But they get the hard punish onto Monaspa. Prevent them from going high ground. Get the kills they need. And also take away the Aegis in the meantime. Very nicely done from the side of Young Bolt. That's what I would think as well, Matthew, but I can't tell you if that's actually the case. Bottom. It is a case that Dawnbreaker is dead though. Oh, what happened there? Didn't even have Roar. Probably got Blink Echoed. Yep, there we go. Blink Echo. Blink Echo slow. I wonder where Rain is going with this build. I do think that they've weathered the most difficult part of the storm so far. On the side of Young Bold. By not conceding a lane of racks during that phase when they had the full Aegis. Well, maybe it's because they didn't come in with the BKBs, right? OD only finishes it now. And they were still caught on the very far forward foot. So they can still make an attempt, honestly. Even without this Aegis, the BKB make them so much stronger right now. And they are very, very close to having the Beastmasters one. It's actually coming right now. So the triple BKB timing is too strong to ignore. They're going to try and make a fight happen right now. Who is going to be the target? Rain would love to be the first one jumped on. Zeneca sitting right behind him. Has a forced off. Oh, nice move coming in from this OG. Banishing the Veno, chasing down this Crystal Maiden. So they should be able to find both kills here. Veno shall die first. CM dies next. Good BKB usage. Good intuition coming in from the OG there. Nicely done coming in from Monaspa. From that position, they're actually going to find this Bristleback in the top lane as well. BB attempting his best to run away from this, but he doesn't have his BKB yet. He's actually going to die. Oh my god, Bristleback. He didn't TP out in time. He's going to lose his life here, and he's gone for sure. Mid lane, they're also going to be able to jump onto the Undying as well, and he's going to lose his life. As 4 heroes die all across the map. What the hell is happening? They're all just feeding kills, and this all started with Dawnbreaker dying alone bottom, and now suddenly Young Bold collapsing everywhere across the map.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Well, this is a problem. It sucks. They should end up at least being able to get the kill onto Spartan, so some consolation. They're now 9k gold behind. 89% win probability. Woo! How have things changed? But it does feel like Young Bold are a little bit... what's the word? Disjointed. Half the time you see this Dawnbreaker just like pushing a lane by herself. When's the last time we saw her get involved in a team fight? And especially because she bought this Aghanim shard. I feel like you buy the shard really to get involved in team fights. Yeah, it makes the Starbreaker in general better, but come on, magic immunity for creeps? Well, we are now in a very awkward and rough position in this game. As Young Bold, even without the Sages, they actually can't fight right now. They need the BKB to be finished on the Bristleback. And he's died 5 times in this game. Really having a rough showing here from Mitro. It's not like he doesn't have decent amounts of net worth. It's just he can't leverage any of it in these team fights. And now they're about to fight Maiden again. She's been fissured. She's been kissed. She's been killed. As Spartan finds his revenge, he's like, yeah, it's nice, huh? It's nice dying as a support, isn't it?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Long last though, we do have the BKB on this Bristleback, but not sure it'll be enough. 28-minute timing on the BKB Aghanim Scepter. 3 minutes ago, this would have felt super strong, but I don't know right now. We have a level 18 OD and almost level 20 Faceless Void. You're a level 15 Bristleback with Axe BKB. I'm not sure they care about you that much. Nande is going for the uber carry build this game. Mjolnir into Manta. Woo! Game is out. Other side, 11. Can just TP out in front of their face. That's a huge problem they have. They don't have any way to cancel BKB TPs out, so you can just do it in front of their faces. What can they do? They don't deal damage fast enough either. It's not like they have some troll, PA, these kind of heroes. They're just like, alright man, enjoy your trip. Nande will be able to kill. I think Mitro's dead. Yeah, Mitro's so dead. BKB or no BKB, my friend, you are so dead. They're gonna run away from the Faceless Void because they know the bubble is coming, and there it is. Bubble committed, kisses come in as soon as the BKB is down. They've got the Bristleback, they've got the Undying, they've got the CM, just call GG. Dawnbreaker about to die as well, and she has no escape from the Primal Roar. Woo! Triple kill for Nande. This late game Faceless Void has hit a phenomenal timing right now. Whose voice line is that? Rampage one. That's amazing, actually. By the way, my voice line sucks, y'all. Honestly, it's pretty bad. I gave them. What's funny is like I gave them 3 different voice lines. That's what they asked us for, and they picked the one I like the least. So funny. Well, this game is over. GG, well played.
Under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Not much that we can expect to happen from this point onwards. I feel like the game is, whew, yeah,
Dire's bottom tower is under
completely done. Decipher, you like my voice line? Thanks, son. Even if you're just saying that to make me feel better, thanks, son. But it needed like 20% more energy, you know? Well, there were takes I had that more energy, but they weren't accepted. It's been rough, y'all. Anyway, fight about to break out around the Roshan pit. No, Mitro running in alone on this Bristleback will find himself getting caught on. Although they have the damage to kill the first life on this Faceless Void, given the freezing field from Rain. But he has the BKB on the respawn, coming back in. They've lost their Undying though. Nande doesn't have access to the bubble for another minute, but they still have enough damage to kill Zay. In the meantime, Wish able to get the salvation onto the Earthshaker, allowing him to blink himself away, and now they're going to be jumping back onto this Dawnbreaker. She's surrounded by these illusions from the Faceless Void. Eats a whole scatter block to the face, and then will end up dying. And now they're going to chase themselves onto Zeneca. Too much damage. Wish with the double kill. They're going to be looking for more. Mitro comes back into the engagement. Unfortunately for him, doesn't have a BKB anymore, so he has no presence in the engagement. So they call GG. Well played on the side of Young Bold, granting game number 1 to the side of Monaspa, as Wish completes the game with the triple kill, drops the celebratory hammer, and grabs the W at the end of the day for Monaspa. Whew. That was not pretty. That was not pretty. That was... Woo! Woo! That's one of those games where you're just like, yeah, boys, we got shreked. That's why you just say GG go next, GG go next, GG go next, GG go next, GG go next. Because what can you actually do in that situation? That is just pain and suffering. Young Bold got shellacked, honestly, but where did it all go wrong? Let's think. Laning phase didn't go as expected. Venom and Dying Lane, I don't think applied enough pressure to the Faceless Void early on when they could have. Bristleback died a couple times top when he wasn't really necessary. And then mid was okay, I guess, but there was in the mid game especially this massive disconnect between Young Bold and the rest of the squad. Like between the mid lane especially, like didn't feel like they were playing on the same page. And yeah, ultimately you can just see Monaspa team play wise are a step ahead right now of Young Bold, but still it's game 1. Many upsets have happened within the game 2, game 3 situation, so we shall see exactly how it goes. It's not over just yet. So let's see what game 2 is going to be holding for us in this situation. For now, go stretch your legs, take a walk, follow the channel if you aren't already, and be back as soon as humanly possible. I'll put a timer up so that y'all know when to be back, and then see y'all soon for game 2. What up, y'all? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? We are back here. D2CL Season 15. Doing this TI warm-up. I'm literally 100% only doing this to warm up my voice, to get, you know, make sure there's no jitters by the time I get to TI. There's not much Dota happening in between now and Saturday, so I need to make sure I have as much in the tank as humanly possible. So as a result, we're going to be doing in this particular 2 series of the day between Monaspa and Young Bold, and then afterwards Luna Gaming versus X3. We're starting in the lower bracket though. At the situation between the two teams, it's an elimination matchup. Whoever loses is out of the D2CL. I think it's top 8, right? Whoever loses, yeah, top 8. Top 8 finish, respectable, but not exactly where you came to the tournament. Right now, as it stands, Monaspa 1 game ahead. Young Bold simply needs to try and come back with 1 game of themselves, take it to a deciding game 3, but from what we saw, Monaspa was pretty far ahead. Hopefully they can try and fix that up here in game number 2. Obviously it's going to start with the draft, so let's get into it. Young Bold on the Radiant lineup, Monaspa playing on Dire, and Monaspa have gone for Batrider Marcy. Disgusting opening duo. Most likely going to be the Wish Batrider once we get to the end of the draft, but could easily be the off-lane bats as well. They could go for like Bat Mid and like Viper Marcy lane, my god. Just beat them with sheer toxicity. And weirdly enough, lately, as I've been seeing this matchup between Bat and the Queen of Pain hasn't been doing as badly, but Bat still wins that matchup. So I actually hope that they're going to put this Batrider for Wish. They have the last overall pick of the draft, so they can make the decision deeper into things where they really want to slot this hero into. Roller, you think it's a quick 2-0? Hey, Walcots. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see the draft. Roller. Let's see the draft. We don't know just yet. We don't know. Sometimes it happens that the team with the superior game acumen still loses to a superior draft, so let's give Young Bold a chance here.
Dire team back.
Last time one of their main issues was a lack of presence on the map in terms of team fighting and just great difficulty pushing down towers.
Dire team pick.
So we'll see what their responses are gonna be for those scenarios. Monaspa, they banned the 2 carry heroes from the last game, removing both Faceless Void and Bristleback, taking out the SF safe lane now as well, and now they go for this Earth Spirit. Okay, Earth Spirit. They have so much reach. Earth Spirit roll, Marcy rebound, Batrider being Batrider. My god. This Queen of Pain hero needs BKB like ASAP. She might even need like BKB Lincolns at this rate. Feels like a pretty difficult game to play from the mid lane for Young Bold. On the bright side, they don't have the easiest way to take out the Tombstone. It's not like last game where they had both Low Shredder and Inner Beast Aura for attack speed. Nowadays, in this game, if you want to take out the Tombstone, they have to do so the old-fashioned way. They have several heroes that can reach their Tombstone, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. A Rubik pick now emerging for the side of Young Bold. What are the great spells to steal this game? Rebound is good because it can reposition the Rubik to get off a better telekinesis. Firefly is always amazing. Napalm's quite good these days to steal. Always sucks and feels bad stealing Earth Spirit spells. So this must just be a comfort pick. There's nothing like, wow. There's no like Enigma where it's like, oh, okay. It makes 100% sense why you go for this Rubik. There's no like PL where you say, look, we're going to be zapping the Fade Ball to reduce the overall damage output. This just has to be, I'm good at Rubik in the 4 position, and it's an elimination game, so let me play Rubik.
10 seconds. Radiant team back.
Magnus does come out after the said Rubik. We don't see a Magnus partner just yet. The only thing that the Magnus combos into so far is like big Sonic waves coming out, but nobody that gets their farm accelerated. They didn't know what the lane matchup was going to be, so now they've gone for this Morphling. It's not the easiest lane matchup for the Magnus overall. Sure, you can spam out the Shockwave, but Morphling eventually starts caring about that. And you can never reposition the Morphling into a dangerous position. Normally you want this like Rubik Magnus combo to at least have the potential of lift into skewer back into tier 1 tower. With Morphling you can't really do that. Interesting Morphling pick. I really want to see what the carry hero is going to be for them. But they had this faith. Well, what is it? PA
10
troll.
seconds remaining.
Can't really go anti-mage, can you? Too much
5
silence.
seconds remaining. Radiant
Only one
team
silence really,
banned.
so might be okay. Slock would have been good as well. Terrorblade maybe? But then, do you really want Terrorblade with Magnus? Like, you get the damage increase, but he doesn't get the cleave. You really want somebody who can take advantage of the cleave. Maybe Juggernaut actually could be good. You go for that this like mid-game
10
timing, some
seconds
diffusal
remaining.
build. I really don't know. We'll see.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Death Prophet banned from Monaspa. What do they need? They need an anchor hero, right? So DP would have been nice. An anchor hero that can push down towers. Beastmaster's gone. DP's gone. Lycan's gone. How do they knock over these structures? Chen is gone as well because they banned
10
themselves. There's no
seconds
Enigma either.
Radiant team pick.
Well, they do ban the anti-mage. Oh wow, okay. I think they could have actually dealt the anti-mage decently. But they still decide, you know what, rather not. It's a classic combination for a reason. So now, I think Troll PA are the obvious options for them. Maybe a Sven, but mostly
10
we've seen Sven
seconds
lately in the
remaining.
4 position.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
They go PL. PL Magnus. Not something you see all that often, but PL into Morphling for a very long time was one of the better solutions to this hero. They don't really have that much wave clear on the side of Monaspa right now. They have Batrider, I guess, which has traditionally been decent against these illusion
10
heroes.
seconds remaining.
But it's not like they have some massive,
5 seconds
easy way to
remaining.
just clear these out. And they have the Rubik as well, so the biggest threat with the Fade Bolt to reducing the damage output is removed. I think it would be nice to get a Wraith Pact buyer in the game right now. Who buys Wraith Pact anymore? Visage buys it, but I'm not sure you want to be picking Visage here. Underlord maybe? I've seen some Underlord Wraith Pacts. The damage reduction is just nice overall versus PL. Dogs here.
Now
Okay,
select
that's
your
fine.
heroes.
Now you get the PL yourself in the midst of the fight. You get to beef up the Batrider as he goes forward. It is indeed mid Batrider from Wish. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hey, and I appreciate Jireen for putting up the predictions, y'all. Please put your channel points on the line. Even if you only have like, I don't know how many channel points you get for just sticking around. Just let me know who you think is going to win. I think it's always interesting to canvas from the audience. And given that there's no stakes at all, there's no money on the line, it'll just be interesting to hear what y'all think. So let's see, 11 dogs here, really living up to the tag here, trying to emulate old 11 as much as humanly possible. I think this game, Batrider dogs here can be very good against PL early on in the game. And the thing about PL, PL doesn't buy BKB. That's one of the reasons I actually don't like this hero in the meta right now. This meta for the carry heroes, you need some kind of defensive item, or you need at least the capability to buy it without it fully interrupting how you want to conceptualize playing the hero. Take Morphling for example. Would prefer not to buy BKB, just go for like Mansa, Skadi, Butterfly, just massive amounts of stats, Ags as well. But if he has to, it doesn't necessarily curtail what this hero is all about. PL buying BKB just feels so awkward every single time. You're just like, oh, this sucks. And as a result of not buying BKB, he has to deal with the full spells of the Earth Spirits, has to deal with the Doxia, with the double Iron Shell on Batrider and Earth Spirit, has to deal with Marcy Stun hitting him full force, has to deal with adaptive strikes. And it takes a long time before he gets to a point in the game where he can just tank through all of that, just gunman. I don't know, y'all. This feels like a 2-0. But let's find out if that's going to be the case here on game number 2 between the team of Young Bold and Monaspa. Let's go.
You're in over your head.
All right, let's see. Game is hot.
Con el Wombo
I don't think Magnus can go Wraith Pact. Like, I haven't seen Magnus buy Wraith Pacts before. But I'm also not like... How much MMR are these boys? Okay, I might be rude to check right now, but... whatever MMR they are, probably 7k plus, maybe, hopefully. I'm not in that bracket, so I have not seen Wraith Pact on Magnus. But conceptually, to me, it doesn't feel like it would make sense. The main issue I have with this Magnus in this game is just when I find it so difficult to be as effective as Magnuses usually are. They have two heroes with massive mobility spells in Earthshaker, or Spirit rather, and the Morphling. Marcy really good as well with the rebound. Doxia just like somewhat tanky and has this big turnaround potential onto you. You skewer him into your team, suddenly he's like, thanks buddy for giving me access to a big vacuum wall, love you. I don't know, fam. Does not feel good. And especially because, like, I just genuinely think that Monaspa has hard outdrafted them on this one. I don't like this PL pick at all. Why not a BKB carry? What's happening? With so much disable on the enemy teams. I lost a game with one of my homies a couple of days ago.
The battle begins.
Where he was playing carry PL, and we lost under similar circumstances where it was just way too much disable.
You hurt me.
On the bright side though, Queen of Pain can indeed buy a BKB, so she's not going to be too affected by this. This mid lane's going to be quite interesting though. In my recent experience, I've been seeing Batriders dominate this lane. We'll see if that holds true for this particular matchup. To be fair, I've seen Queen of Pain lose quite a lot of lanes lately.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Whose courier died? So 11 traded couriers. It's Doxy or whatever. He's got a magic wand, doesn't really care about this. He's cool. I don't think that much is going to happen in this bottom lane either, honestly. They've got the double melee lane, but it's a melee lane with mobility on the Earth Spirit and tank ability routine himself in 11 and ways to just like whittle down these waves. Where is the interesting lane in this game? Probably not top either, right? This feels like just a trade lane as well. The best you can do every now and then is force Seneca to use a defensive skewer. But for the most part, I don't really envision anybody dying here. Maybe the Rubik might die. But everybody else has a way to get themselves out of trouble, so I don't know. And indeed, they are going to go on the Rubik. Trying to right-click him down. Gets disposed back, waveform through him, and there's the first blood being drawn by the Morphling. Alright, cool. It turned out this was the interesting lane. But still, though, the pattern of game number 1 is probably going to replicate itself here. Very slow build up in the match. Not expecting any of these teams to do something drastic. It's gonna play a little bit of Placid Dota, but what can you do? They're going back onto the Rubik now in the top lane, waveform through him again. Do they have the dispose? They already committed it. Now they're hoping for the right clicks, waiting out this Fade Bolt. Unfortunately, thanks to the Shockwave pulling them back, Speedy is able to escape this one. Forced to commit the salve, but now with level 2 and access to the telekinesis, shouldn't really die anymore in the top lane. In fact, they might try to kill Spartan. Fade Bolt through him, but he did have the stick charges to keep himself alive. Down bottom. Desire just making sure to keep pulling this wave out. They're going to keep frustrating this PL. Having to play into this Iron Shell wave as PL, not really the most fun thing in the world all the time. Not much you can do about it either. Rain is a little bit surrounded right now between 11 and Desire. I'm not sure if they have enough damage to kill him though. He's got 4 mangoes. He's baiting a trap as here comes Mitro. Mitro Fanushka. Unable to get the connection onto Desire, who just rolls away to the low ground to safety. And they actually... Hello! Rain gets kicked to the high ground. Had to TP to the tower. Little bit of fun and games coming in from our Earth Spirit player. Just enjoying himself a bit.
Set in stone.
Nice dodge as well on the rolling boulder. Otherwise, he potentially gets into a sticky situation, getting boulder smash back towards the docks here. Doesn't end up happening though.
Denied.
Well, mid is not going at all like what I've seen recently. Queen of Pain, on paper, should have the superior matchup thanks to the dagger spam, and indeed it is proving to be the case in this game. So it turns out all the games I've been watching have just been player out skills, because right now, whoo, Volshebnik having a phenomenal time in this mid lane. Already displacing the Batrider into the jungle. Sure, Batrider don't mind being here, but certainly Volshebnik will be much happier in his situation. Has almost as many denies as the Batrider of Wish has lost hits. Crazy, crazy nice place to be. Top lane. They end up being able to pick up this Magnus. Bye. Peace out, fam. Enjoy life.
Radiant are scanning.
Of course, Mitro is farming for this early diffusal blade. No surprises there. I think they really want to reach Spartan. They had access to the lift with enough mana, but kind of become a complicated kill the closer you get to the tier 1 tower, because they can't easily burst this hero. Down bottom, we will have a kill onto Undying, who try to dive 11, chase them to the tier 2 tower. Wow, okay. That is a lot happening from the docks here, but whatever. Dude, Jireen, 24 denies, fam. It's crazy. Batrider caught up in CS, but of course a lot of this did come from the jungle, so it's not as effective a method of gaining net worth. But Volshebnik is doing I actually just want to keep this on the net worth, on the CS rather. I want to see what the CS denies are going to be. Because right now the margin of his denies is close to the margin of the CS. That's honestly phenomenal. As Undying, where did he die this time? Just died to Wish. Well, he tanked the gank actually.
Dire's
Oh, that's fine.
courier has been killed.
I think Wish really wanted to make a rotation bottom, put pressure on the PL. Because right now you are at a stage where... Does Doxy have Surge? He does. A point in Surge, as well as 2 points into the Iron Shell. That's a lot of pressure to apply to the Earth, to the PL. I'm actually going to jump him again right now. Silence up. Where's the double Iron Shell? It goes on to one of these additional creeps as Volshebnik TP's bottom, so 11 doesn't really want a part of this fight anymore. Not enough mana to TP home, nor does he have a TP available anyway. Vacuum will be there, will still end up dead. As Volshebnik teaches him that, hey, he shouldn't have even tried making that move, but Desire almost brought down Volshebnik himself. Trying to TP out, but the Sonic Wave will prevent it, granting a double kill towards the Quap. A very successful move to this bottom lane for Queen of Pain. And she finds herself in a position where now she's elevated her net worth even further beyond that of the Batrider.
My thanks.
She will sadly get a ward denied very, very shortly by Speedy. Feels bad. What can you do? Hey, actually Speedy protected. My bad. I read the Speedy Rubicon being on the wrong team on that one.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Fine. Still just chilling. Level 3 only. Trying to make the most of it. They might actually decide to smoke as soon as the Sonic Wave is back online. Both Rubik and Undying are carrying them. Question is, where would they want to go? Going down bottom doesn't seem that palatable, but Wish is making his way to the side of the map. They want to actually kill the PL this time around. They were thwarted by the presence of Undying on the previous attempt. Will they get the lasso? They don't need it at first because they found the rolling boulder, but they still commit the lasso to prevent any kind of escape. Rain does drop down a tombstone, but they'll take out the tombstone and they'll take out the Undying. That's pretty much the equivalent goal of 3 heroes at this stage of the game. Wonderfully done here by the side of Monaspa to get the big initiation down bottom, find themselves a kill, now applying pressure towards the tier 1 tower itself.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Hey, thanks fam. Thanks fam. Thanks fam. I actually don't know yet exactly which games I'm doing. I just know that, you know, I'm there, but which games I'm doing at what time slots, I am not aware. But if I have it my way, I'll be on all day. It's in the mid lane. Desire getting himself revenge onto Volshevnik, who committed a Sonic Wave to kill Spartan. That's huge. And the kill actually goes the way of... Oh no, it's a share between 11 and Desire. I think Desire still had the remnants of the Iron Shot on him as he showed up here. Yeah, he did. That's pretty big. It's a lot of gold going away for no big reason. And Quap needs to be staying ahead of things right now. Needs to complete this Kaya and be active on the map. Down bottom. Old 11. Looks like they're trying to set up for him, but they need one more TP to make this effective. In particular, they need the Rubik, who is chilling middle. So he's been scouted. They know he's not there to complete the kill. So we can play with a little bit more aggression from our dogs here. Hand stiff.
Radiant are scanning.
Lol. Bro,
Radiant's
Radiant side are
middle
ahead on
tower is
farm
under
right now a
attack.
little bit, you know? Never mind. No, they're not. Especially if the smoke connects, it's gonna get really painful for them. I'm gonna go try and find this Magnus. And Zeneca, oof, he went too far forward. Yeah, he's dead. He's, oof. Oof, my friend. Oh no, they actually turned. He's so lucky they turned that they wanted the Quap instead. And she dodges the movement. She gets lifted up onto Desire instead. Might be able to bring down this Earth Spirit, who dropped the Magnetize underneath the tier 1 tower. Can't be prevented from rolling out though. Will still end up dead. It's a 1-for-1 as Rubik also takes a tumble here. Spartan and them trying to take down this tombstone. They manage to do so at long last. Zeneca gets an RP onto the Smarcy, pushes her into the tier 1 tower. She will end up taking a spill. Wish trying to hunt down Rain. Should be able to find him. So it will end up being a dual support trade-off at the end of the day. Volshevnik blinking away from 11. Between himself and Zeneca, they don't have enough in the tank to try and bring these two heroes
Dire's
down.
middle tower is under attack.
Okay. That looked like it might have been a lot worse at the end of the day. But they don't end up losing anything that they cannot replace. Lasso will finally get committed onto Zeneca. Yande coming in to try and make sure that Zeneca can't escape. Actually stole the Rubik form to telekinesis him into the air. Sonic Wave though does connect onto him, but unfortunately the strength shift came there first. So still plenty tanky enough to survive this. And now they're going to be moving themselves onto Mitro. Mitro, can you escape this? Mitro gets waveformed into, gets disposed, and gets disposed of. That's a mega kill streak for Wish. We spoke about it in the draft. At this early stage, the damage potential onto this PL is simply phenomenal. And they take advantage of that. And look at this, the reward of a double damage rune. They might decide to go into the Roshan pit.
你行你行，你上你上。
Double damage.
Radiant's middle tower is
None
under
dead.
attack.
Now putting pressure onto the tier 1 tower. Actually gonna waveform forward. They're gonna dispose the Rubik after he gets stunned up by the rebound, and that should result in the kill. Killing spree for Nande, and with the double damage rune, Rain isn't safe either. They at least are able to clean up this Rubik with the help of this PL, who now wants to look towards this Batrider, but realizes that running into him probably a very bad idea. And here comes the Earth Spirit, gets off the Magnetize, rolling forward, catches the PL, will be able to hold him in position long enough to kill him. Should have the double ganger in a moment, and now they're turning their attention back towards Desire. RP committed by Zeneca to drag back the DP. Doxia dies at the very end of the fight. Desire, the only one able to roll away, but Mitro kept chasing him, and Mitro able to kill him.
Not spirit.
Young Bold finally getting something out of a fight like this. They go for a very long, circuitous chase. What a long fight that ended up being, but it still ends up successful for the side of Young Bold. What a dive though from the side here of the Dire, because tier 1 tower is still up. Meantime, they're busy fighting in this area behind the tier 2. Well, I mean, they stopped the last game, so maybe Monaspa just feeling confident, if you're feeling fresh.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Top lane. Wish knows that this is the next port of call.
Radiant
Setting
are
up to try and
scanning.
help his team defend this or maybe get a kill. Firefly stolen by Speedy, but he knows it's not going to save him. He's dead. So dead. Bye, mates. Hope you enjoyed life.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That'll
Radiant's
also be
middle
Wish's
tower
Blink
has
Dagger
fallen.
completed now, mid lane. Ooh. What a pause. What a pause.
Ну ладно.
What a pause. What a pause. Well, that's two heroes nearby each other. Dispose is available. This Magnus is definitely dead. The question is, will the Undying die as well? PL can't get involved. He has a TP, but do you really want to show up to this fight? I don't think so. And Queen of Pain is trying to. Where's she TPing to? She is coming for the fight, Jess. Coming for the fight. She has Sonic Wave. HP left on Magnus 600. Morphling is in full agi pretty much. If Rain can get off an immediate soul rip after the Tombstone comes out, Magnus could live. Not that much stun remaining. Magnus could live. I'm not sure, but could. I'm not sure if it does, Shireen. It used to pretty hard, right? But I'm not sure if it still does anymore. I think, personally, the reason I don't think anyone knows anymore is that PL on its own is just not a great hero. But in concept, it still does. In concept, it still does. Take out all the illusions with the Iron Shell. The wall is super good against you. And you don't have a hard stun, so you don't really have an answer against the Surge plays. Interesting game. Who? Teal. Lol? Why is he flaming, bro? Alright, there we go. They're ready. Let us see what's gonna happen here. Seneca. Oh wow. They did get off the Soul Rip from Rain, so that kept the Magnus alive. And with the Sonic Wave back, they are able to eliminate the Mossy. At the same time, though, Anande gets the quick kill onto this Rain Undying. The kill will be credited towards Spartan, though. And Anande just has to take down the tower. Or the Undying Tombstone, rather, not the
Radiant's
tower.
top tower is under attack.
Top tower is under siege in the other direction. But with Zendika surviving there, it also grants him a Blink Dagger. So we are about to see some Blink reveals in the next few minutes. In the meantime, we do see a big catch coming out of this Earth Spirit onto this PL. PL somehow still alive, dodging the wall of Replica. Will not get caught here by 11. Desire still chasing him though. Gets off the urn. Still trying to escape. Gets off the Dispel thanks to the Doppelganger. But ultimately, he will still have to pay the piper. Ends up dead. Rebound from Spartan will just help clear out the illusions. They're looking for the dispos back onto Speedy. They might be able to try and get a kill off the back of this because they have a rotation from Nande. Wants to try and clean up from the backlines. Roll in. Misses the Rubik. Blink away from Zeneca, so Magnus no longer content to be involved here. Rain should end up dead thanks to the efforts of the Smallfling. One more waveform attack should be able to bring him down. And indeed it is. At long last he does die. At the same time, Speedy removed from the northern part of the fight.
Dire's middle
So
tower
with two
is
heroes
under
gone,
attack.
this opens up the path towards the tier 1 tower in the top lane. And Monaspa slowly but surely exerting themselves on this map and making the game so difficult for the young bold
Radiant's
lineup.
top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This game doesn't get much easier either. Feels like it only really gets harder from here on out. We're gonna get this Manta Scotty from the small fling. Batrider will get the spots into the Aether Lens. We're eventually going to end up getting the full salvo of defensive items from 11. The smoke does get broken now. Zeneca fighting 2 with the RP. Can they kill them all quickly enough? They've already brought down the Marcy. 11 though, looking to escape, will be denied from doing so thanks to the sonic wave of Volshevnik. And with these two heroes in the dirt, they're thinking about the Roshan, but unlike last game, they don't have any minus armor. They're forced to just let the big man go. Nonetheless, good kill from them at the end of the day.
Tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Opens up the push into the tier 1 tower through this mid lane.
Dire's middle tower.
Well, they might want to fight around this. Zeneca dragging back Marcy after the respawn. There's a Magnetize coming in from Desire. Marcy already gone from Desire. Monster kill streak for Wish though. As the Magnetize will elapse, they're still looking for the chase. Wish has Blink in 2 seconds. Who is he going to try and nab with this Blink Lasso? I suppose he'll settle for Rain. They would love to just kill him without having to use that spell though. And they can use the spell elsewhere. They're not even going to use this to kill Speedy, because his TP was interrupted by Desire, granting Nande a double kill on the small fling. And suddenly the tides have turned. They lost 2 in the beginning of the fight, but immediately they shift the odds, they get 3 back. And now they're the ones that control the map once again, and more importantly, control the area around the Roshan pit.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Monaspa.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I just
is
on it
under
right now.
attack.
They're just on it. They're just on it.
Dire's structures are fortified.
8k net worth lead at 20 minutes into the game practically. We're gonna take a tier 2 bottom uncontested. There's more now bowling into the Ags we spoke about.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And then PL is just a very, very sad boy.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
Still nowhere
bottom
near a
tower
heart.
has fallen.
Is he bringing a Falcon Blade at least? Yeah, sure, okay. Zeneca got an RP. Out onto 11's Dogs here. 11 is still alive for now. Gets off a mech. Sonic Wave will be there. Spartan connected to as well. The Crimson God is going to be out. They can finally get down the wall. Wish got a lasso onto somebody, but decided to just TP out to safety. Realizing this is not a fight you could reasonably take. Magnetize though, drop by Desire because he can go in on this one without fear. And he's already gotten the 1 kill. Rolling forward, they're looking for Speedy, who does speed away with the stolen surge, but eventually will get caught up to 1 second until he can surge again. Rebound won't connect onto him, but the dispos will, holding him in position long enough to the extra little urn pitic to connect onto him. Is that a full vessel? Yes, it is. Won't be able to refill it though, too far away from the target, but ultimately they still do get the kill on Rubik. And they smoke up instantly. They want to keep the havoc going. They see where Wish is and how he's positioned. And Wish has drawn the bait. Zeneca and Volshevnik have shown themselves middle. All they need to do from the side of Monaspa is connect onto this movement, and suddenly they can have the turnaround in the mid lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's
Top tower finally gets taken by Young Bolt. At long last. But they need to keep this going. It's a 10k lead now for the side of Maposka. Oh, Monas, sorry. Why am I saying Maposka? I'm thinking of Team Spirit now. I'm thinking of Miposhka.
is under attack.
Wish. Inside the jungle right now for Monaspa. They're trying to find a target to jump onto. The roll will only get through illusions at first, but Desire has caught his man. They get the kill. Nice and easy.
My waters rise.
And the free gold from the... How many tombstones have they collected this game, actually? They made a lot of money off of these. PL, don't show, don't show, don't show, don't show. Do not show, my friend. Do not show, do not show. They will go for his compatriots instead. Zeneca looking for the RP play. Will be able to find two heroes caught inside of it. Wish and Spartan. Wish does have a Yule set door, buying himself time, but he's still probably going to end up dying here. Bolshevnik, 3 heroes caught inside the Sonic Wave, and a big wave form from Nande though to kill the PL. So even though Wish does end up dying and cost a huge life in return, does have buyback on PL, but would hate to commit it, and he's still progressing towards getting the heart. There will be a very nice skewer back coming in from the Magnus, ensuring that the Marcy at the very least does die as well. And this will slate the appetite for a push, I think, from Monasp. They'll be like, we can't go up the high ground with only 3 heroes. Get back, get back. It's a rough PL game, dude. Very rough PL game. Shebnik almost has BKB. This Queen of Pain as well as this Magnus. I would love if they both got BKB. But for Quap, it's essential this game. Right now though, Monas inside the Roshan pit, utilizing a double damage they picked up. Top, oh no. Queen of Pain, she doesn't have the BKB just yet, she's gonna die. So they get a Quap kill and the Aegis for the Morphling. And they're not done just yet. They go up onto the high ground with the waveform. They see this Undying. Illusions are chasing him. Nande gets surged up as well so he can get closer to this Undying. They're going to leave that to Desire instead.
Radiant's top tower is under
Wish
attack.
also just comes in to the sniper double kill with the flame break.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Thanks.
Yeah, this game feels so over, honestly. I don't even know how they come back into this. We're 24 minutes in, and Morphling feels no fear to just dive them on the high ground, knowing full well that there's nothing that can really kill him.
I'll just rush back in.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They are going to be able to at least take one life away. Oh, they get him in the fountain. They skew him in the fountain. Can they at least kill him now? No, he just TP's out. Well, they took the Aegis at least. That's nice. That's something. Middle Spartan should die here as well. Doesn't enjoy the same degree of invulnerability as his Morphling does. Very nice rebound, but there's no way you don't die.
What surge is this?
We are at that point in the game where for Young Bold, the next 5 minutes super crucial because they'll get BKB on Quap and then potentially have most of the way of Heart finished. But he should be able to finish the Heart soon. And then suddenly they hit a much steeper timing. They can try and make things happen on the map. They're also about to get the Aghanim shot with the Horn Toss for the Magnus. So good things can still come from them. And especially since they managed to dodge the smoke from Monasp, who are circling around this bottom lane, but nowhere near finding the adequate target just yet. BKB on Queen of Pain. This plus Shiva's, when it does arrive, will make her a lot stronger as well. Double smoke coming in from the side of Monasp. Who will they find? It's only Rain that's nearby, but oh no, Mitro revealed himself. Mitro, will he get caught? Yes, he will. There's the wall on top of him. There's the rolling boulder. Will they prevent him escaping? Yes, they absolutely, without a doubt, will ensure his demise. As Nande able to bring him down. Wish also grabbing the Undying in the process. Oh no. The wrong time of all wrong times to come and farm, fam. Oof. That one hurts. That one hurts.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mid lane. Found the Rubik as well. Speedy should end up losing his life too. Oof. The question is now, after you suffer a loss like that, oh my god, you're gonna lose Volshevnik bottom as well? Which doesn't have Lasso,
Dire's bottom tower is
but
under
there's
attack.
still so much damage. Volshevnik does have a TP though. He's actually thinking about making his turn. Wish knows this as well, but Wish is just buying time. Volshevnik gonna be forced to pop BKB, or will he? He goes north
Radiant's
while his
top
opponents
tower
head
is under
south.
attack.
So should be able to get out to safety. But then you have to start thinking about these kind of shenanigans just to escape these team fights. Yeah, Morphax is stealing stats now.
Заходит улитка в бар. Заходит улитка в бар. Блин, ты очень умно придумал.
Капец вы крейзи, парни, ну ладно. Капец вы крейзи, парни, ну ладно.
15k net worth lead right now for Monaspa. And all their scary heroes are about to hit some peaks. Do we have the Horn Toss available? Not yet from Zeneca. If we did, I'd say maybe let's make a move right now. But without Horn Toss, at the very least we do have the heart at long last for this PL, but still feels like a rough game. They're congregating to smoke now though. Thinking about making a grandiose move on the map. But where can they possibly go? They don't have much vision. I mean, look at this. This is all they see on the map right now. It's painful. All their vision that they have is defensive around the Roshan pit.
Dire are scanning.
Their overall map vision not very good right now. So just a quick pause as our Magnus needs a quick reconnect. You can sort of take stock of where this game is at in the meantime. Wish has just been having a phenomenal performance. 12, 1, and 11 on the Batrider. Woo! Bought a Bloodstone as well of all items.
No
Okay.
hells, no heavens, oh no hells. No
I must say I actually like the new Bloodstone.
only this.
So Bloodstone for the Batrider. Yules, some bots, a blink, 4-star, just pure mobility coming in from him. And I think he recognizes that provided I'm just purely mobile, they actually can't kill me. This Batrider hero has always been deceptively tanky, and he's sitting here with 2.7k HP. More than any hero, I think, on the Radiant side. Let's see, PL did just buy a heart though, so alright, just behind PL. Just behind PL. That's kind of ridiculous. Morphling just doing normal Morphling things. Borders Butterfly now. Looking for the pipe and the Lincoln Sphere. Batrider. Auras on auras on auras. That's all you're going to do for the whole game. Might buy a Blink Dagger now though, actually. Or I would actually love to see the Aghanim Scepter. Or the Aghanim Shard. Sorry. Yeah.
No brains.
I think it could be an interesting option against PL, because PL can't really avoid these kind of trails that lead in front of him. Our pause continues. Both of these teams have to be very stressed. They're playing for elimination. As the losing team goes home, they're done. Top 8, sure, but What is the prize pool actually? The distribution, more importantly. Let's see. If you come 8th, you get $1,250. So, you know, depending on the size of your team, that's like $200 or whatever. Not really that worth. Not really that worth. You certainly want to be at the top, because top is $20,000. Now we're talking. Then it's $4,000 a team member at minimum. Okay. Now that makes sense. One of those pauses that's a bit on the longer side, it seems. Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. That makes sense. What does Gaben think about this? 92% win rate. I'm not sure I can disagree, but 92 is such a high number. My God. My God. If 11 goes Radiance. Not the problem is. The problem is the amount of time it would take for him to get Radiance would mean that by the time he gets Radiance, PL would have reached a different spike of power again, and you elongated the game for no reason. If you could just get Radiance, like in the next 5 to 7 minutes, then fine, sure. But Radiance takes forever to farm. Oh my God. An item sucks, dude. They should change the recipe. Like, this, I don't like this. I don't like this. Expensive components all around. I mean, sure, it's better than having a recipe. At least you get something out of the talisman if you buy it first, but... It must be like Eye of Skadi. Eye of Skadi is like expensive, but each component you get feels good to buy. It feels okay to buy. It's like, well, plus 10 stats is cool. It's fine. Or Manta Style, dude. Manta Style is so much fun to buy. Yasha's great. The Ultimate Orb is fine. Then you're like, oh, just need a recipe and I have Manta. It's awesome. Then I can press this Z button, that's where it is on my keyboard, and get out of trouble. Life is good. Game is certainly very, very hard, 11, but internet seems to be quite the challenge as well for Zeneca. Feels bad. Who is nowhere near getting a BKB. Like, far away from BKB. Oops, my green screen is poking out for some reason. Hold on, I can fix that. There we go. Man, these pauses just suck so much. Well, I did buy some new gear, so it's very easy for us to just add a little bit of music in between. We're just chilling. Now we're just hanging out. Yeah, Shiva's is the best item. Shiva's is the one. That's where you should go. Phenomenal against PL. Great against anybody that Magnus beefs up. A way to slow down the Queen of Pain as well. Just a very good item. By the way, y'all, especially you, Jireen, is the time, I guess the time zone is favorable for you for TI, right? Because for me, TI games are gonna start at like 4 a.m. I think. Let me check. Yeah, at like 4 a.m. Basically, my TI schedule is going to be between 4 a.m. and 11:30, dude. My last series for the last chance qualifiers starts at 11:30, dude. Oh my God. Should have flown to Singapore or something, man. No, the thing is, TI is remote casting for all of us. All of us are remote this year for last chance qualifiers and group stages. The only people going to the Norway hub are panel members. So the panel is going to be there. But then all the casters will be joining remotely. And then for the actual main event, the panel is going to be... I forget exactly where the panel is going to be. I think it might be Norway as well, but it's not in Singapore. But then the casters will be in Singapore. They might have changed that one in recent times, but I'm not sure. Loan Shark, what's great is that I am buying another UPS. But what's cool is that the place I live doesn't actually get load shed, like at all, like ever. The only times I've lost power is when, like, substation blows up, somebody steals cables, some shit. So I'm buying something for those eventualities, but in general, I should be Gucci. And what I'll do is I'm gonna make sure I have my laptop here as well, fully charged, ready to go. So in case anything happens, instant switch over.
Come.
Let's hope, boys. Let's hope, gang. Next year, I would have loved to be main stage this year, but I also understand, you know. I'm not Effie. I can't go main stage as my first TI. What can we do? Ooh. We see the admin laying down the law. He's basically asking if the side here of Monas is kind enough to be like, well, we'll allow you guys to use our pause time. And for now, that seems to be the case. But at any time, they can unpause and it's not unfair. Like, in this situation, it sucks for the team, but, you know. October, dude, I'm just happy to see you, dude. Listen, fam, listen. It's not just, we've had South African representation at TI, sort of, right? Nox has been a TI, I guess. Baseskip, I think, wasn't Baseskip one of the earlier TIs? He's at TI again this year, but I seem to remember him being at one of the earlier TIs. I can't remember which one, but nah, this is black representation, huh? There's never been a black person in front of camera at a Valve event before. Just kind of nuts, right? Well, in Dota. That is not the case for Counter-Strike, but in Dota it certainly is. Castaway has not been to TI. He's been in TI qualifiers, but he hasn't actually been to TI. And Roller, it was YNG. Yeah, YNG, the young bold that ended up DCing. It's our Magnus player. But Monaspa has been very kind as offering up their own pause time in the meantime. Yeah, this lead can't be dealt with. This is like, yeah. And honestly, if you have to play with one less player in this kind of situation, I would also just call GG. Because they actually, like, 4v5 without Magnus. Magnus is the only hero that I can imagine on their squad is going to create win conditions for them. Without him, it doesn't work. Yeah. I mean, eventually the admin's gonna come back and say, yo, your pause time is over as well, Monaspa. You gotta go. And then it's like, well, we try to help y'all. We really tried, but what can we do? Seems like a very kind tournament. They get a lot of pause time.
The next label play.
Allow me to start singing in chat, lol. I'm trying to think about win conditions without Magnus right now, in the event that they do on pause on him. Let's see. We need like Refresher on Undying, Heart, Skadi, Shard, Butterfly on PL. Queen of Pain needs Shivas, she needs Ags, she needs Hex, maybe even an Orchid as well, for good measure. And all of this must happen in the next 3 minutes. Then the game is even, then it's fine. Oh, 1v1, lol. I would not want to 1v1 this Nande Morphling right now. Super stacked. 19k net worth. 7k up on the opposing partner on the enemy team. Pretty much everything you could possibly want. Level 20 already. Went, of course, for our waveform talent. Yeah, they have to unpause. I would imagine. Oh, he has no cyber club in his village. Oh no, he's playing from a village. Power must have went out or something. All right, somebody's gonna control the Magnus for him. There we go. Last ditch play. Batrider went middle though. Feels bad. Desire will just go break the smoke. But this game is over. Without Magnus, this game is over. This game's like 100% over. I mean, they're gonna try just have some fun. It's their last outing here in the D2CL. Oof.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oof, 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 oof.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Well, look how Nande is rinsing through these
Radiant's
buildings.
bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's
This one should be done and dusted. Rebound stuns up the two heroes. They pull them back into the vacuum. They have been walled up. They've been knocked out of the game. The Undying will end up buying back into the situation.
Dire's
Queen of
middle
Pain did get
tower
out a
is
significant
under
amount of damage, but it's not going to matter. There's the rebound yet again. Standing up the Undying, looking for the dieback. BKB popped by Volchevnik. Going back for Nande, but Nande way too strong. Just immediately killing Undying. Now looking towards Volchevnik. And it looks like Volchevnik realizes that this game is done as they call GG. Well played. The young boat eliminated 2-0 here by Monaspa. Wish gonna try and find this final kill onto PL, but not gonna matter. GG, well played. Woo. Well, they get to share $1,250. There's worse amounts of money in the world. There's worse amounts of money, but it's not why they came. It's not why they came to the D2CL. Unfortunately, it's all they're gonna get because they have just been shellacked over the course of 2 games. Well, that's it. That's that. Monaspa end up with the W here. Next series should start in like an hour. Jesus Christ. Yo. All right, y'all. Honestly, I've forgotten how hard solo casting is, so I'm gonna take a break for a while. I'll see if I come back for the other series. But I just wanted to like say what's up again. We haven't been out here in a while. And you know, we're building steam. It's not the main event just yet. So it's baby steps. Shout out to everybody for pulling through today. Shout out to everybody that followed for the first time. And shout out to everybody who's just back. So good to see y'all. Until next time, it's your boy. I think I'll be back either later or tomorrow, like I said. But until then, it's your boy. It's Snare. Do I even need to explain this game? Nah, we're cool. Till next time. Bye, y'all.